Angela. I want to take a moment here to review the lesson we had. Again, I want to tell you it was a pleasure meeting you and talking with you. I'm glad we're getting you started, getting you going, getting you this big review session as you're getting ready to play in a tournament next week. So as this, I kind of took it and as we decided to take this from the beginning, trying to get you back in line, get you back in position. So what you're looking at here is going to be the final result of what we talked about. You know, you put your grip on, get your stance, get your turn, get you back and through the position. So keep in line here, I'm going to bring you twofold. So as you look at this here, and as we look at things, we first started with your grip. What I want to see here, what I want you to feel, is I want you to get a little bit more into the fingers. I'm going to show you as you put this in. Get a little more in the fingers. Get that right thumb going down the right side of the grip, or right, just left of center. If this is the center of your grip, that thumb goes just to the right of your grip here. So as you're going to put that down, I want you to see one, maybe two knuckles. Never see the inner part of your wrist as we see here. Then that right hand comes in. I want you to overlap your index finger and pinky finger because the size of your hands. I want you to make sure, I'm not saying you have these big hands or these enormous large hands. I'm just saying just with the size of your hands, you know, they're not small and super petite, but they're in a position that for this golf club, I want you to be able to have or be able to rotate your hands properly through the position again and again. And that's what's going to make a difference here. So as you bring the right hand in, the right palm, right lifeline goes right over or right to the side of your left thumb. So when you see that position here, it goes right to the lifeline. Then you bring the right hand in, and as you do that, that thumb goes just to the left of center. So what we see here, here's a V that our thumb and index finger form. It points just right of our chin. And then the V of our right hand points just to our right shoulder, or just in a similar direction. That way we want the hands together in this case. Now, the one thing to remember that lifeline is never on top, but just to the side like we see that you have in this picture here. Now, second, what we talked about was in your stance. Trying to get you in a position that was into a stable foundation or more of an athletic position. Kind of had you think of that position as once you set into it, we're here. There we go. So as you get into this position, what I look like here, what I'm discussing with you here, you start off with your hand standing straight up, you lean forward, you flex your knees. So when you stand up straight, your weight, you feel your weight go to your toes. So when you flex your knees, your weight should come back to the balls of your feet. And that's about where we want to see it. I told you when you were a cheerleader, you couldn't jump from your heels, but you jump from the balls of your feet. So that's why we see the flex in your knees like we see here. See the flex in the knees here. We come up to your hips, and then we go up through your back. So from there, once you flex your knees, then you bend from your waist, keeping the back as straight as possible. You go forward, you let your arms hang naturally over the ball like you see here. You can see that in this case, your hands are hanging a little bit natural. They're out past your upper region of your body so that you cannot naturally swing the club without getting in the way of your upper region. Women are built different because they tend to have that upper region and they have to swing around or with. Now, you think of men that are very well built, or very muscular, have a similar type of positioning because they actually have, and they're a little worse off because they become tighter with the pectoral muscles that don't allow them to swing through naturally and not as consistent. So from there, what we initially talked about next is just a turn and trying to turn within a barrel or within a position to keep in your center and turning back and forth. And you can kind of see this position as I did this. All I want you to do, and when you think about a barrel, we're here on the right, and draw one side of the barrel on your right hand side, one position on your left. And I'm going to draw the clock for you. And when I draw the clock for you here, I want you to think about, we can go either direction, whether it's 7, 8, 9, 10, back down and through, going 7, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, and through the position, or all I want you to feel is get your center. You see the 12 o'clock positions right over your head. We turn back, going 5, 4, 3, up to 2. See the head staying in position, hands stay in front of the body, then we're back down through. We go 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But just feel that position where you've turned within this barrel and you stayed centered. See how that 12 stayed on your head? You didn't move the head dramatically, but we use that position of turning through. Now what I wanted you to do is about 2 sets of 20 reps back and forth, turning, getting used to keeping your center and turning around your center. So then we apply that to the golf club. You know, that was the pointer drill here, just feeling that position. 2 sets of 20 reps there is one. And in here, all I want you to do, same type of position, feeling that turn back with the golf club. All right, 1, we get the grip. There's 7, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. We get set with the hands where I showed you. The club's about 12, 1 o'clock. Hands come back down through. Feel the weight pushing off the right-hand side, turning through the position, coming up and through. Now, as you do this, just swing the club. You can do that swinging the club right at the house. But if you come to the range and you get a chance to practice before our lesson tomorrow night, what I would like to see you do is teeing off with the lower tee. I want the ball, the tee being maybe a ½ inch. If you can't find one on the mats here, come see me. I have one in the shop. If not, and you go out to the range, I want you hitting all 3 tees. Because when you don't hit all 3 tees, the club does not finish out here in front of you and wants to go across, like we've seen on 1 or 2 of the contacts that you made. See how the club is out in front and then up. That's the position that we're looking for, time in and time out again. Down the line, finishing with the club in front of you, hitting all 3 tees. So you hit the first tee going back. Then as you swing back down and through, once you hit the second tee, then hit the third tee, feeling that transition through and swinging up to the top. Do that for at least 20, 30 swings as you come back and forth. Now, Angela, if you have any questions, by all means, I want you to give me a call, 314-724-6539, or shoot me an email at michaelwyattgolf@gmail.com. Thank you, Angela.